Morning. Energy.
Good, because we're going to need it. We've got a lot to go over, a lot to talk about, and some really strange situations going on
I
out
got
here that I'm a little concerned with.
strange like my background. You like my background? I got new background.
So I do like your background, the sun and the moon and the orange.
Yes. That's my sign. The
Yes.
sun sign. The sun. I love that. I'm gonna get that tattooed on me. A sun. You
What
know what the
what are
meaning of the sun? Let me see.
what's the meaning of the sun? Oh, okay. While she's looking that up, y'all, just so you know, it is National Meatball Day.
Oh,
I know. That's all I got for you, man. National Meatball Day. Um,
National Meatball Day.
Meatballs are an important part of nutrition in America, I think. So, National Meatball Day it is, ma'am. Gosh.
Interesting.
She done cast a
Interesting.
question everything. So what does the
I
sun mean? You
do.
looked it up?
I didn't. Yeah. Well, I wanted to get it right because I can probably paraphrase it, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't like giving false information. But it represents it represents like your energy force. It's an energy force that represents power, positivity, and clarity. So
Oh
I'm
man.
trying to track all of that.
So why do you think you're a sun sign? Is it based on the day of your birthday? Because I know you're a Scorpio.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the hell I did do. I think I did like a little test
Because
thing, and
I'm
it
a
told me
water
what.
sign.
Yeah, I don't know how I figured it out. I think it was one of the little test thing I took online or something, and it told me my symbol was the sun.
Well, if
I
you
can't
did it
remember what I
online,
did.
it definitely means it's true
Right,
because
because
the
Google never
internet,
lies.
right,
Yes,
ever. Google or
Google.
Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook got fact checker now.
hmm Google is real life, so Google never lies. Google is the truth.
Which is so funny about that is I think that the majority of the world actually believe that. Um
And Google said it, so it must be true. So now you're gonna call
All
Google
right.
a liar?
And I would never call Google a liar. Y'all hear me talk to Alexa on a daily basis. Alexa is actually my best friend. She doesn't talk back and she tells me jokes on cue. It's great. Um so no, I would never call Google a lie. Alexa, does Google ever lie? She just said according to a contributor, yes it does. Alexa just admitted to me that she lies, y'all.
It wasn't the element test. You said you're a water sign, but like I probably a water sign too because I'm a Scorpio. I don't know. The sun is not part of that element thing, so I don't know how I figured it out. I don't know.
Oh, me
Maybe it was something
neither.
on Facebook. It was probably a Facebook test, and Facebook
Well,
was
then
like,
it definitely is true because
yeah, you
everything on
represents
Facebook is true.
is everything is untrue. Maybe I did some tarot cards or something. I don't know what I did, but it said I was the sun, and I had liked it, and I
Good
said I'm
morning,
gonna keep
Sherry.
it. Good morning.
So so we got some fun stories for y'all today, man. We got some stuff going on.
We do. Tell me
Now,
about it, cause I don't look at the stories until we talk
I
about it
know.
today.
I know. So we're going to go ahead and start with story number 1. All right. Story number 1 is an IVF story. So and the reason I wanted to talk about this is cuz I didn't know about the first thing. So, did you know that a month ago, like last month, Alabama Supreme Court ruled that embryos are human
Oh my
and like they're human beings and so destroying them is murder?
Can somebody go sit? Can they go take several seats? Like, can you please just go take several seats?
Well, girl, when they
Okay.
did that, all of the IVF places in Alabama shut down because they were like, listen, we can't make an embryo last in some people. We have to destroy some embryo. They shut down all the IVF places because they were like, ain't no way we're going to get in trouble if we put this embryo in this lady and it doesn't take.
Right, you can't guarantee it. It's science. You can't guarantee the outcome.
Right.
There's too many variables.
Mhm.
You can't that's the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. Like people need to go have several seats. They are running the fuck out. Like really.
Explicit. We're not even 5 minutes in.
Oh, we were supposed to have a poll. Wasn't we supposed to do?
We're gonna start doing that poll, y'all. Y'all start voting on how long it takes us to get explicit on these morning coffees. We're gonna start this
Okay.
poll this week.
I think you
You
set
know
me up on
what?
that one because you picked this one for the first one. You set me up. You set me up for failure.
Listen, but you haven't heard me say the F bomb yet. We
No,
ain't
because
even
this
that
story
far
is
in yet.
ridiculous. This story is ridiculous. Like they need to go have several. Since we already explicit, they need to go have several motherfucking seats. Several seats. They running the hell out because listen,
How many time can you sit?
I don't know,
How
but
you
they
gonna
need to
have
go
several seats?
several seats because they doing the most. This is the most stupidest,
However,
craziest shit I ever heard in my life. Like,
this last week, around I think it was Thursday, the Republicans signed a bill into law for patients and providers of IVF. Now, it doesn't mean that you're allowed to have a miscarriage in Alabama still,
so okay, so this is just in
unless you had
Alabama.
IVF.
This is just the idiots in Alabama. Okay, so y'all
Listen,
just move out of Alabama. And if you want children, move out of Alabama. Don't have children in Alabama because they tripping. They tripping hard. So if you want kids, just leave Alabama. Everybody just
could you
fucking
imagine
go.
if nobody had their child in Alabama now? Like if
Right,
everybody
because
just left state to have kids?
they own some crack or something because they are not thinking straight. Because oh my God, like listen. I don't watch enough Law and Order to learn to know that uh I mean, you can't charge murder unless, like, what's they say on Law and Order? Come on, y'all, tell me. It 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 starts at when they take their first breath. So when they pop out the coochie and take their first breath, that's when it starts. Okay.
We
So
got to
if it,
get you some new words. Can we use
I
hoo
don't
ha
care.
in the future?
Hoo ha. Okay, I can use hoo ha. If they pop out the hoo ha and take their breath, that means they're human and they're living. And then if they die after that point, then it's murder. Okay. If you kill it
See,
after
and
that
that's
point, it's
not
murder.
fair either because, like, my daughter was born deceased.
But you didn't kill it. Would you strangle her with her hoo
Uh,
ha?
well, technically, I guess I strangled her with her umbilical cord.
It's still not murder.
Listen, but I'm cool if they want to take me to jail for murder for something like that. Man, I'll fight everybody in the prison. I'll be running that
That
prison in
makes
3 days.
sense. What is it? It's some dudes that put this thing in motion. Some dudes, because ain't no female would have been like, okay, we need to sign this into law. Because if a female did it, she need to be
I
slapped
don't
several
know though
times.
because there's some really religious people out there.
Don't get me started on that. That's a whole nother podcast. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna get me started on that R word, okay?
Religious. Oh, I had to think. I was like the R word. I didn't even use the R word, did I? But now I get it. Okay. No, that's cool. You know, we just gonna jump into number two. All right.
So, okay, no, let me double back. I have one more question about that. So, they passed this into law all because of religion? Is that what you're saying to me?
No, no,
Oh, okay, okay,
no.
okay, okay.
It had nothing to do religion with religion. It had to do with the
But
whole
people are
Roe
protesting
Wade.
because of their religion. They're
Well,
protesting it.
people are wanting it because of religion. Because according to religion, that as soon as the embryo is formed, it is human.
That's stupid. But what if you test the embryo and it has birth defects? Are you gonna be forced to use that embryo because it'd be murder if you don't want to use it?
Yeah.
How? What kind of sense is that?
Yeah, just like the same, like what I forgot the name of the condition, but you know, when you're pregnant, if your baby has a different blood type than you, then you got to take that shot and those pills every day. And then the
All
baby
right.
still has a chance of killing you. Like, but they'll still make you carry that baby full term, even though it could kill
So
you.
all the scientists that's working on like embryo stuff and how to make birth people better or make
Birth people
birthing
better.
proper. Y'all can just quit because y'all are
Hold
no
on.
longer needed
What are the
because
birth people?
people who give birth.
Oh, so like the mothers. Oh, okay. I was like the birth people. Who are they? Like the nurses? Pediatric
No.
nurses? Okay.
It's too early. It's too
The
early
birth
and my
people.
brain is just picking out words.
But you
Okay.
know what? That might be the way to say it now because, transgender is a thing and stuff. So maybe the birth people is the correct way to say it so you don't offend anyone. So from this moment forward, we will no longer refer to pregnant women as pregnant women. We will refer to them as birth people. So
Birth
that way
people.
we are doing the right thing. Boom. We got this. We got this. We got this.
Birth
We're learning.
people. Okay. So you're a scientist working on new developments for birth people. Then you probably just need to put your 2 weeks notice in because they're passing laws that's going to be making everybody murderers and nobody want to have birth. Nobody going to want to give
Listen,
birth.
our
And like,
prisons are already full. Why are we gonna lock up people trying to have babies?
listen, in about 2.5 years, United States is going to be extinct because we ain't nobody else going to be giving birth. So we gonna all gonna be extinct in the wild because nobody else gonna get birth because
First
I'm not gonna
off,
give birth if I'm gonna go to
we not
jail.
gonna be
So,
extinct if you don't give birth because we still gonna be here. Number
well,
two,
when we
America is not in
die,
the wild. America is not in the wild at all. I don't
so
know what
but
parts of
well,
America you're hanging out in, but
so
ma'am,
if
you
you
better get
going,
it together.
well, if you gonna go to jail if you give birth or trying to give birth, are you gonna try to give birth? Are you gonna get pregnant? Because if
Oh no.
I'm not trying to get pregnant if I'm gonna have a risk of me going to jail. I'm not. You better stay away from me. No, I'm not getting pregnant because if I get pregnant, something happened to the baby, then I go to jail. Yeah, I'm not getting pregnant.
See, and that's I mean, they say birth control's at an all-time high.
Yeah,
They're trying
because
to take that
people.
away too.
So you're just gonna force people to have babies if they don't want to take care of it? Then you're gonna lock them up because they can't take care of the baby or they don't want the baby.
It's never gonna stop abortions, it's just gonna stop safe ones. People are gonna go across state
Right.
lines, they're gonna put a hanger up there,
Hmm.
and they're gonna end up killing themselves. All it's gonna do is stop safe abortions, it's never gonna stop abortions,
Right.
period.
Right.
So,
I think it's so unfair for you to put these stipulations on people because you don't even know their situations. Anyway, that's a whole nother rant. So we're gonna move on to the next story.
okay. Well, I'm gonna paint a picture for you, okay?
Okay, picture.
Alright, let's say you don't work virtually no more. Let's say you work at the airport,
The
okay?
airport.
Yeah, just listen, I'm painting a picture for you. You
Okay,
work at
I'm on
the
airport
airport,
world.
you
Okay, I could
so
work at airport because
okay, okay.
like everybody will get on because I ain't checking nobody.
Okay, so to all the airports out there, please don't hire Sheena. Just to put that out there. But let's just say
I'm not putting my
worker,
hands in nobody pockets.
you were an airport worker. You just
I'm
had a
airport
really
worker.
hard first part of your shift, and now it's your lunch break.
Oh, I could be the airport worker that works in the pizza shop.
Sure,
That's where I'm at.
really busy first half of your day. You finally get your lunch break. You get out to your car. You on your phone with your friend because you get to talk some trash about how much you hate your job,
Right.
and you're eating your little celery and stuff that's in your little container for lunch, and then a tire falls on your car. What would you do?
An airplane tire?
Uh huh.
An airplane tire just falls on the top of my car. Oh, I'm gonna own that airport if I ain't dead. That airport gonna be Sheena Marie Airport, flying all over the place except for Alabama, cause I'm not flying to Alabama. Alabama tripping. Alabama and Texas, we ain't going there. Like you want to go to Alabama or Texas, y'all gonna get on another flight, cause my planes is not going to neither of them states, cause there's some sons of bitches over there. Okay, them sons of bitches. We're not going to no states that has sons of bitches. But I will own that airport, and I have a new car.
Listen.
Because if I had
So
I have a Chevy and that tire fell on my Chevy, listen, y'all gonna have me a new fleet of Chevys, and I'm gonna own that airport with my neck brace. Cause
luckily, nobody was in a car. However, a airplane for United Airlines took off after takeoff, and some of their landing equipment fell off, including a tire that went into the employee parking lot and messed up somebody's car. Um, but and
That's
I
is that
learned something
a
in
technical
researching this.
difficulties?
Right? Like, is that just something that happens normally? But I learned something I never knew before.
So is that
So
car insurance will cover
planes,
that?
I don't know. Like, okay, listen, I've actually had to call car insurance before and fight with them because we were hit by a boat at a gas station. And they at first when we called, they were like, "Well, why were you driving in the water?" We weren't. Well, how did a boat hit you then? Well, cuz it backed into us. And they were like, "There was a boat on land?" Well, I mean, it was on the back of a trailer, but yeah, I mean, it was on land. But no, like how do when you call the insurance company, what do you say? Like, "Hey, I'm calling to file no, an airplane hit me." And why were you
Right. That's
driving
how
in
you
the
got to say
sky,
your
sir?
claim. Like you had to put your claim in. What happened? So I was
All
just
right,
sitting
so
there,
you be
right?
you be the client and I'll be Geico. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ring ring.
Thank you for calling Geico. How can I help you?
Hi, I like to report a Claire. I meant Claire. A claim. I need to report a claim.
Okay. And what kind of claim is this?
Oh, airplane tire hit my car and it totaled it. I think it's totaled, but I need some body work done.
I'm sorry. Why were you driving in the sky, sir?
I was not driving in the sky. I didn't have
How
that
would
type
an
of car.
airplane hit your car?
The
If
tire fell off. The tire fell off the airplane and it smashed into my car.
How do you know the tire came from an airplane, sir?
Because what else is in the sky that got tires? Like the tire, I was at the airport. I was at the
Are you
airport.
sure that somebody didn't throw a tire at your car?
A airplane tire? Like we got the Credible Hulk throwing tires?
So, sorry. Sherry is in our comments, and actually, Sherry, I'm about to address this. She said, "I would be glad I'm not on the airplane that just lost the tire because how the hell are they going to land?"
You know what, Sherry? I ain't think about that.
So I did, and just so y'all know, I did some research. Did you know that airplanes, even if they lose all of their landing equipment, have backup safety and can land that airplane no matter what? And all I can think is, how come cars don't have this?
To land a car?
Like when a airplane loses its tire to land with, it has some kind of instrument built into the airplane where they can still land.
Oh,
So
probably
how come
skis.
our cars don't have some kind of backup that allows them to still drive when the car tire goes flat?
Oh, they do. It called run flats, and they're about $500 a tire. It's like I don't know how much they cost, but there's a tire out there called run flat, and if it puncture and go flat, the tire will fill itself up. But you only could get like 30 miles before it goes completely, I guess.
That is absolutely ridiculous. I'm putting airplane tires on my car. I've decided.
Well, can I get my money, Geico? Because I need a new car.
No, we're gonna have to investigate this further. We'll send someone out to check on the status of the plane.
That plane is like gone. Okay, I'm just left with the tire on top of my
You need to
damn
call
car.
that plane and tell them that they need to return to the scene of the crime.
You need to send investigators out there. I'm not gonna investigate because this sounds like baloney.
Right, right. Yeah, I bet you
Be
did just
glad
get
that
hit with a
no,
tire.
glad that shit didn't fall over somebody's house because that would have been fucked up. You just laying in bed,
Right?
here come a airplane tire through your roof, boom, in the bed with you.
I wonder if airplane tires are as bouncy as regular tires. Like, did it land and then bounce around?
You know how big an airplane tire is?
No, how big is an airplane tire? Alexa, how big is an airplane tire?
A very.
From landedgeeks.com. The size of an airplane tire can vary depending on the type of aircraft, but they can range from around 27 inches in diameter for smaller planes to over 50 inches for larger commercial jets. 27 inches to something. So the smallest
Ask,
is
ask,
27 inches.
ask Alexa how much they weigh. You know it's gonna be a couple tons in it.
Alexa, how much does an airplane tire weigh? 110 kilograms.
Okay, okay. Talk to me in English. Like, how the fuck is what's the fucking
How
kilogram?
many pounds is 110 kilograms? Alexa, how many pounds is 110 kilograms? 243 pounds.
Okay, 243 pounds. That tire weigh more than me.
Me too.
Okay,
And it's just coming zooming at your car.
from high up. So you know the velocity. Is that the right word? Velocity of it coming out of the sky. The pressure it hits the top of your car. It smashed the fuck out of that car.
It
So
did.
243 pounds. Boom. Splat.
That is crazy. And I
If
just,
anybody was
again,
in that car, it probably would have killed their asses for real.
so it didn't hit like the top of somebody's car. It hit like the side somehow. Like it came down on like the back side of it. But
They
yeah,
gonna
no,
definitely need
it
a new paint job.
oh, that needs more than a new paint job. When y'all get bored, y'all can look it up. And it shows you pictures of the car it hit.
Really? Let me see.
It's on the link that I sent you.
Oh, they fuck. Wait a minute. So the cars next to it didn't get fucked up?
Uh-uh.
Just that car. Oh, it had it was out to get that car.
It had a vendetta.
Yeah, probably because it's a Honda.
Shut up.
Should have been a Toyota. Anyway. uh, okay.
All right. This
How
is
it
gonna
just, you know
get
what? Now I got more questions because how the hell did it fall out the sky and hit that one car? It didn't hit none of the other cars. None of the other cars around that car. The car sitting right next to it and got no damage. Like it didn't bounce. Okay, currently that tire did not bounce because the rest of the car it would have bounced off.
listen, it had to have bounced because it's not in the picture.
But then the car next to it has no damage. Like it didn't bounce and hit. They parked close together. They're so close. Where the fuck did it go? It bounced
I
and went
don't
back in the
I
air.
think it yeah, I think so. I mean it didn't stay up there, but I because if you look at like employee parking lots, nobody ever really parks right next to each other. And if they do, it's all because they're right there in the front. So I think it hit that tire and then bounced to an area that didn't have any cars parked.
Did they find the tire? Where they find the tire
So I will say the article does not give any information on where the tire was located in the end.
at? That's just weird. You know what?
Wait till the next story.
Yeah, I think somebody was like they might have cheated them out, trash about their boss or something. Their boss gave them some overtime they didn't like and they dropped the
And then
tire
threw a
out the
tire at
yep, dropped the tire out the plane to fall on their boss's car. That what happened. Nope, Geico's not paying that.
We're talking all this trash about Geico. Y'all, I love Geico. I have Geico. They do good by me. So, but they do ask really strange questions when you make reports, man. Like you'll call them and you'll be like, "Hey, my tracker for my car is not working," that because I got the little tracker to tell how fast I'm going and stuff. Hey, my tracker's not working, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's fine. We don't even really look at it." Well, then why I gotta have it?
Oh, you talking about the safe
That little
driving
drive
thing.
safe,
The
yeah.
safe. I hate that. I would never get that.
Oh, I have it, but it don't bother me because I don't speed. So,
Well,
um,
no, cause they try. I be paranoid that they gonna know I'm going to the pizza shop. Like, don't know. You don't need to know where I'm going.
do you have a cell phone?
Hmm.
Everybody in the world already knows where you're at, anyways. Anybody can track you using that cell phone.
Oh, well, like,
So that
but
kind
don't
of
that
stuff really
thing?
don't matter. They already know you went to the pizza shop. I actually called them and told them.
Oh, they did. Like, but
I
that thing
call
could
them
track.
every day and tell them.
They don't track you in real time.
All of it tracks you in real time.
Oh, really? So you know I'm at the pizza shop and the chicken
Yeah.
wing shop.
Uh-huh. The chicken wing shop, is that like next to the African braiding place?
Yeah, probably all together in the same complex, the shopping mall. You get your hair braided, and you get your pizza, and you get your chicken wings, and your coffee.
Listen, I actually kind of want to live in that shop area you're talking about.
I'm probably gonna
I
develop.
listen.
Any developers out here? We need a,
I
shopping
need to get
mall.
my hair braided. So if you live out in northern Georgia, I need to talk to you because Sheena's too far away to braid my hair, and this is what I'm working with. This is how I'm doing my hair until I get it braided.
You see my
I
braids?
you do my braids. Um,
My braids. I want my braids. I got braids and you don't. Hmm.
well, you know what I got and you don't? The information about the next story.
Ha 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 ha. But you got to tell
And
me
this is
anyway.
gonna give a whole new meaning to water people.
Oh Lord, another water story. Who
No,
uh,
I
who
mean,
who went down in the water fucking with people?
all right. So, uh, cruise ship was out just cruising. You know what cruises do?
They just cruising in the water.
They just cruising in the water. All right.
They Sunday scroll.
Sunday scroll, and then they pull up on some people.
Wait a minute.
They was water people. They
So
was
so they're in
people
the
in the
middle of the
water.
ocean in this
14
cruise ship.
people.
So you talking about like a carnival? I'm in a 7 days uh
Yeah, it wasn't
boat
Carnival
trip,
Cruise. Yeah, it wasn't Carnival Cruise. It was a
but
different
it's
cruise.
like
But yeah, you on a cruise
but
ship
like
like that.
I'm on a big ass Titanic cruise ship.
Yep.
And I roll up in the middle of the ocean. I'm chilling on my cruise ship, and I roll up on some people.
Yep.
Okay,
14.
14 people. Oh, this some open
14
water type
people.
shit. Okay, so they got stuck out there, ain't it?
Yeah, they were out stuck at sea for 8 days before this cruise ship arrived.
See that's why I tell you to fuck around and find out. That's exactly what I mean. Fuck around and find out. They should have stayed their ass on land. So what kind of boat were they in? They probably was going to out there to looking for shit, and then them water people really fucked around and took their boat and left their asses out there in the water. But glad it ain't cold water. Where they was at? In the Caribbeans, I hope, because they would have been dead. It was in Antarctica somewhere.
First off, I want to specify that if I am ever on a ship and I pull up to a bunch of people in the middle of the ocean, I am not saving them because
Because they.
pirates actually exist.
Hmm.
And a lot of people don't know that, but if you ever have time, man, Google because pirates are really
Yeah.
out there stealing
That
ships
sound
and
man, that sound like a setup.
right, like you just pull up on 14 people in the middle of the ocean.
That been out there for 8 days. Like, how you live? How you survive in the water in the ocean for 8 days? What they gonna eat? The sea shit? The shit? The fish out there?
The
They
sea
going
shit. Oh,
because there ain't no
um,
pizza out there for 8 days. They just out there drinking that salty ass
yeah,
ocean
there is
water.
no pizza out there during that time. So yeah, no, there were 14 people. They were stranded there for 8 days, and there's not a lot of information on where these people came from or why they were stuck in the water. And that's really strange to me. But
Cause
as
they
soon
didn't
as
know where
they
they
got
came
the
from.
people, they didn't know where they came from.
Okay, wait a
And I
minute.
don't know if there was a language barrier or what the story was, but this cruise ship captain announced to everybody that they just saved 14 people that were stranded at sea for 8 days. And the story made it back to the US, but they still haven't released why these people were in the water, what
Oh, so the
happened, why
cruise
they
ship is
weren't.
still out there.
No, the cruise ship is back now. But I
Oh,
don't, they
okay,
haven't reported the rest of the information yet. So I'm hoping that we can get that sometime throughout this weekend.
right. Cause it's,
Um,
I have some questions. Like,
yeah, me too. Like, where do these people come from? And how do you know they're still
right.
not pirates? And were they trying to cross into the country?
Right,
Or
that's
why
my
were they
thing.
just out
Like,
in the middle of the ocean?
was you trying to cross illegally and your something happened to your raft and you
And
just
how do you
left out there?
survive for 8 days in the middle of the ocean and not get attacked by a shark
Right.
or
Or not starve to
something
death.
else? Well, I know why they didn't starve to death because if you think about it, all you really need is liquid, a little bit of substance or sodium. If they can get their hands on some seaweed, people eat seaweed all day long. So that's possibly how they lived. I could understand how they might live out there, but the water does something to your body after so long, and the
Right.
sun.
So they're out there for 8 days. They ain't even try to swim nowhere. They just was just sitting there.
I mean, I don't know. It didn't specify where they came from or where they were at in the ocean. So I don't even know how far they were from land. Do you have the article up in front of you?
Yeah.
See, I don't remember if it specified how far they were from land or not. I don't think it did though.
No,
I know
I'm
they
not
didn't
seeing
specify
that.
why they were in the water.
I just said 14 people. They just keep saying
Yeah, I know, and they
14.
keep specifying 14 people. What if they're all ghosts? What if we just rescued ghosts?
Leah like that movie Ghost Ship.
See? This could happen. I mean, especially with all the weird stuff going on with AT&T just shutting off a couple weeks ago and then
For
Facebook shutting
real.
off this last week.
So who is these people? Now where are these people at now? Because we could have just brought them people back to the United States and they about to fuck us all up.
I know. What if they're like the 14 assassin ninjas?
Oh, what if
I
they're water people who reincarnated back into humans and we
That's what
just
I
picked
was
them up?
saying. What if they're real water people and they're like ghosts and we just brought them back?
Hmm. That why they couldn't talk because they didn't know what century they was in.
What if they're vampires?
We all doomed to hell then.
But we'll all live forever because that's what vampires do.
Yeah. You
I
want to
wish
be a
I was a
vampire?
vampire.
Me
Listen,
too. I was just about to ask you. You want to be a vampire or werewolf? Because I would rather be a vampire.
I would rather be a vampire too. I feel like, but now I will say this, I don't know if blood's really my thing to drink though.
No, I have to drink coffee, but I'd rather be a vampire. Because they have good skin. Like, their skin is, like, really beautiful. Yeah, their skin never cracks.
Beautiful and pale.
Yeah, they got beautiful pale skin, and it never cracks, and they don't never use
Hold
lotion.
on, I just realized that sounded like I was making some kind of racist joke, guys. But that's not the case. This morning when we got on this call, about to, and I'm about to rat Sheena out. We got on this thing this morning, and we're talking about, we're waking each other up and getting ready for the podcast, and we're talking, and she goes, "Man, I feel pale today." Like she's not sitting on this with me. And I'm like, so listen, is
You
that a
know,
thing that black people say? Because I'm like Sheena's I'm not saying I'm her only white friend, but I'm her closest white friend. And so I was
but
like,
I don't see color, so I just be talking to people. Like, I don't censor what come out my mouth, okay? We all know this, okay? If you listen to this podcast, you know my mouth does not come with a censor. It doesn't come with a filter. So I'll say whatever
she's
I
really,
say.
really pale today, guys, just
Yes,
so
I
you
was.
know.
Like, I didn't have no
And she
color in
said that
my
she can
face.
say that because she's light skinned.
Hmm.
So I told her that if she can say it, then I can say it. And I feel really pale today also.
All
And
right,
it's
we
because
all
I'm
can
light
say
skinned.
it. I'm
I'm
pale.
light skinned too. So
You're lighter than me.
anyways.
Yeah, you're lighter than me. So you'll be paler than
See?
me because you're lighter than me. I can say it. I don't think
Maybe I'm
it's a
already a vampire.
right. I want to be a vampire. I'm a vampire because vampire has good skin, and I'll keep forgetting my lotion. And vampires don't never use lotion because I ain't never seen vampire put on lotion. So,
Have you ever seen a vampire besides the TV?
well, how will we know if they are a vampire if they don't tell us they're vampires? Because technically, I could have ran into a vampire, but they never told me they were a vampire. I wouldn't
Well,
have never
just
known.
remember to never invite them into your house.
Oh, your energy ain't meshing with me. You're not coming in my house anyway.
If you invite them in once, they can come in forever.
Oh, for real? About vampires?
Yep. You just got to invite them in one time, and then they can come in your home whenever they want.
Oh, that's some demonic type shit. Don't come over anytime you want, cause I'm punching your throat.
I don't even like company, man.
For
You
real.
knocking
Like
on my door.
my dog is gonna bite you. I mean, he a puppy now, but he gonna get bigger. He gonna get bigger.
Aw, so one of my really close friends has to get rid of her doggy. And
Ooh, what
so I'm
kind of
trying to
dog is
find.
it?
It's a pug.
A pug. Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it a really good home because I don't want her to ever feel like it went to a bad home, you know. But I got to find someone that wants a pug.
Oh,
So
I I need to find my baby Draco. He needs a girlfriend.
I don't think that a pug would be make a good Draco's girlfriend.
No.
Um, and this poor beautiful dog is used to being an indoor dog all the time. So I don't think she'd want to be around Draco.
Well, Draco,
Anyways,
Draco, he's good. He's in the I'm potty training him now, but he's very smart. He's listening. He catching on pretty good. I'm so proud of him. I think he does it for the treats because he's a little greedy,
yes,
but he's very greedy.
a
I'll be
little
like,
greedy.
yeah, that's my nickname for him, greedy motherfucker. You always want something.
Sounds like
I'll
a
be like, you
man.
want a treat? I said, that's all I gotta say. You want a treat, and he'll do anything. He'd do anything for that treat.
That's
Anyway,
smart, Sherry. Don't answer your door because if you answer your door, it could be a vampire.
yes, I don't answer my door. You know what? That's why they came up with them little ring cameras. Cause somebody had invited a vampire in, and he was like, "Never again." And he developed a ring camera so we can all see who's ringing the doorbell without opening the door. Because he did that to a vampire and got fucked up. So he developed the ring camera. That's what the ring camera was created for, so you could catch vampires.
You're so good with marketing. You should just go
Right,
ahead and sell that story to Ring, and they can make a commercial about it. Hey,
right,
Ring, we already copyrighted it. We're gonna know if you try to use our commercial idea.
right. And I'm very creative. Like I can get in Canva right now and make you a little 30-second video and I can send it to you, and it could be a commercial.
Yeah, so just hit us up for pricing.
Right, right. 50,000 for 30-second video, upfront, cash only.
Small bills, untraceable.
Mhm. Right.
Um,
Nothing
we'll give you
larger.
the drop off location.
Listen, I was about to say nothing larger than 100.
What kind of bills be that large? Yeah, please forgive Sheena. It's still morning. She's still working on her coffee.
I'm still working on my brain.
So, my next story, I got a question for you.
Okay,
How far would you go if somebody was bullying Adam?
you really wanted me to answer that
Yes, I do. And I asked
because
because you're a mother.
I know. And
I
I'm a
know.
this is might sound racist, but I am a black mother, and I fight kids. Okay, about my son, I would go and punch a kid in the throat. That might not be politically correct, but don't be coming messing with mine. It's like I ain't gonna punch a kid in the throat, but I find another kid to punch another kid in the throat. I got kids on
So,
standby.
so you're gonna hire an assassin?
I'm gonna hire another kid to go punch that other kid in the throat. Don't be messing with my baby.
So Jennifer Rossi out of Texas, kid, she sent her kid to school on, let's say, a Tuesday,
Okay,
and
how
while
old
he
are
was
these
there,
kids?
um, I don't even think I know the answer. I want to say
Okay.
late middle school, early high school.
Okay, now I got it in my head. All right, continue.
Um,
Oh, she looked mean.
so a kid stole her child's drink that day.
Oh.
So that night, when her kid came home and said, so and so stole my drink, she said, "Oh, really?" And she made a drink in a like sports drink bottle that had Gatorade, lemon juice, vinegar, and salt in it, and gave it to her son and told him to go back to school the next day and give it to that kid. And so her son did. And that kid ended up in the hospital drinking that drink. So I guess
I know
between the
what?
acidity and the salt content and all of those and the vinegar probably it's too much. It shut down his system
It
and he went into
killed
the hospital. No, it didn't kill him, but he went into the hospital and he had to be monitored for like 3 or 4 days. So she was of course arrested.
him. I thought she was gonna just put some laxatives in it so he could have a shitty day. she she took it a little too far. She done put the little bastard in
And
the
that's why
hospital.
I asked you that's why I asked you how far you would take it when it comes. I was like, "Dang, man, that's evil."
She went a little
Like,
too far. she, wa- she went too far. She done put that baby in the hospital for about 3, 4 days. Oh my god. She knew what you said. You ain't gonna fuck with my son. Take this to little Jimmy. Tell him to drink on that. He wants to steal somebody. She looked like she'll do it too. You see her mugshot?
I know. She didn't even attempt to do her hair that day. She just flipped that bad boy to the side like she had a bald spot in the middle, and she was just like, "I'm here for my mugshot."
She was like, "Fuck around and find out how much,
Right.
how
Y'all
long
ain't
I
gonna
gotta
mess
stay
my
in
head.
jail." Grandma, my mother watch my son. I'll be in jail for the next 30 days. I'll give me my orange jumpsuit. I'll be there. I'm coming home in 30 days or whatnot. I did it. I'll do it again. She fucked that little boy up. She was like, all right, fuck around, find out you gonna take my son too?
Y'all
I'm
not gonna
finna
bully my
done.
kid.
I'm not finna do this. I'm not finna do this. No, because you know what? You know what? You know what? I did have a bullying situation with Adam too when he was in like elementary school, and I had to do the
Okay.
parent conferences. I had to go in there and you know, sit with the principal and stuff about this little kid because it just kept happening. And I would kept talking to the guidance counselor. She was like, she kept talking to the other kid and the parents. When nothing would happen, he would still keep bullying my son. So we had the conference with the principal, and I took my mom with me. My mom was with me, and she basically, cussed everybody out, even the principal. The principal, you know,
Did the kid
she got.
stop bullying Adam?
We ended up just pulling him from that school. Yeah, we
That's
pulled him
really
from that
sad that you
school.
gotta do stuff like that. See,
Yeah,
I
yeah, it was that day
this might
because
be
everybody just had their emotions was high. Everybody got yelled and cussed out, and then we just um my ex at the time, he just stood up and was like, today would be the last day that that our son would be there, and we pulled him that day.
see, I really think that the reason the higher powers never allowed me to have children is that I would end up in prison
Right.
because that's calm of you. But I go far for
Yeah.
mine. Like, I
Well,
wait for the day
listen,
that
that
my
was
sister
that was
calls me and tells me that somebody bullied one of my nephews because I will go fight a 5-year-old. I don't care.
exactly. Listen, we pulled him from that day. That was the day we pulled him from that school, and I quit my job because I had to move to a different city, and I didn't have nobody there to take him or pick him up from school. So I had to quit my job and make sure he got back and forth to school until I found something else. I think I did. Oh man, I quit my job, and while he was at school, I did Uber, and I was there to pick him up until I got back on my feet and got another job. But it was just something that had to be done, and you either gonna keep them there and tolerate the disrespect, or you just gonna move on and keep your family together. And we just had to do what we had to do. But some people be put in that situations. Either you and it's sad because the school system just it just shrugs their shoulders about it, like what you want us to do about the bullying. But you should be able to control the kids at the school and not bully one another. It should be more control, but the school systems doesn't feel like, oh, we can't do nothing about bullying because we can't touch other people's kids. But there, you gonna allow that
I
kid to
can.
touch other people? Yeah, you gonna allow them to
And
touch
if
my
there's a
kid?
problem with me touching your kid, man, I'll fight you. And
Or yeah,
I'm not a violent
because
person by far. I need to make people understand that I am a lover. I am a hippie. I don't want all that
right,
drama. But you also not fixing to put your hands on or disrespect someone close to me. That's like
right.
disrespecting my mother in my face. You're not fixing to do that.
You're not fitting to do that. Not when I'm standing right here. But like, it's sad because like people are so parents have made it so hard on the schools that they schools cannot do anything to these kids. They can't discipline them. They can't tell them nothing. If you tell them to sit down and be quiet and stop talking while the teacher's talking, here come the parents. You can't talk to my child like that. Oh, how am I supposed to talk to him if
Mm-mm.
he in the schoolhouse being disrespectful?
Yeah, no, I don't play that.
That means he talking to you at home like that. But you see that you about to get me started. So they need more control in the schoolhouse because there are parents out there that would come up to that schoolhouse and punch that little kid in the throat. But there's some other mothers who will put salt and vinegar in a bottle and send your kid to the hospital. So what you want? Your kid in the hospital, or your
Me.
kid's punched in the throat?
Right.
Because you know your kid, parents know their kids, and parents know when their kids are the bully. They know when their kids at school acting the hell up. Then you gonna go to school?
They
"Well, I
do.
don't know that my kid is a bully." Yes, yeah, because if he bullying his ass at school, he's bullying his ass at the house.
Right. He's bullying a sibling or he's bullying you.
Cousins
And
or
if you're gonna let
something.
your son bully you or whatever, man, no, and that's my problem. Like, I don't care how you want to raise your kids, but just raise them with enough respect, not to disrespect my kids.
Right,
Because, and that's why I don't have, I'm telling you, if I had kids, they would be throwing hands because it's not fixing to happen. I've been through that.
right.
I'm an adult now, and I know that I can't solve all my problems with fist fighting. But when I was in school, I solved all my problems with fist fighting, and I never had problems like that again. So you can say what you want, but it shuts a bully up.
I just wrote stories about you. Like I put you in one of my stories, and I had you doing some real foul shit.
Me?
No, I'm talking about everybody. If I didn't like you, like my
Oh,
clique, like
I was like, why would you do that to me, Sheena? I thought
no,
we were friends. Is it
no, in
because I'm too
school.
pale?
No, in school, I used to like to write, and I used to write poetry and short stories in school. Like in school, I used to like write short stories, and like all my kids, my friends in my circle, like I gave them all fake names, and I used to just write chapters every week, and I would have them doing some shit, and they were always looking forward to reading my stories to see what I had them doing. So if you did something to me, I'm gonna have you in one of my stories, and only us, only our closest circle would know who was the names of the exact people. Like, because I give them fake names. So if you was
Right.
reading my story, you happen to get it from somebody and read my story, you wouldn't know who the hell we was talking about. But if you was in my immediate circle, then you knew who I
Then
was
you would
talking
know.
about. Yeah,
That's pretty cool, actually. I wasn't
yeah.
that creative in school. I was angry teenager. I fought everybody.
I was
I
the
was
quiet
I
one.
wasn't a bully though. I got bullied, and that's why I started
Right,
fighting.
right. But if you
Um,
had a whole bunch of people laughing in your face and you didn't know why, because you probably was in one of my stories.
see, and that would have got your friends beat up if it was me, if they was in my face laughing.
Oh.
See? But I think that if we were in school together, me and you would have been friends
I think
because we
so.
were
We
both
would been like
writers.
buffies. Yeah, we would have been besties for sure.
And then if anybody picked on you when you would write the stories, as I went and actually beat them up for you. Because that's why a lot
Right.
of my fights came from beating people up that were bothering my friends.
Right. Because I
Um,
would like you not gonna want me to go get my muscle. Because you would have been my muscle.
right.
I would have
Which
been
is
like,
so funny, y'all, because I'm 5'2". Like, it's not like I'm this huge person, but
right.
I was
We could have been
intimidating
in
in school.
school. They would have been like, you don't want to mess with the Maries, because that Amanda Marie will punch you in your face. And Sheena Marie will
And
kick you when
I
you're
would fight
down.
dirty, and I don't know why. Like, I was
Right.
hitting people with desks and books, and I would
You
go
knock
all
him
in.
down. All you had to do was knock him down and I'll kick him. Like, soon you knock him
And I
down,
was
I'll
really
kick
good
him.
at running, so I would, like, beat the crap out of somebody and take off so that the principal could get me really quick. But that's when I was young, y'all. I was going through a lot. I don't fight now. I'm an adult. Now sue you. Um
Right. We're old. We're old as adults, and we ain't got time for that shit.
Heck no. I can't spend the night in jail. Their beds hurt my
No,
back, man.
for real. There's
Um
no cushion. And they ain't got no pizza. Did you
right,
Did
and
you
that's
see what they
yeah,
served them
no.
people?
I would
No.
starve. I would have to fast while I was in jail. Like, no, I'm
Oh,
fasting, only water.
I would have come back
Um
like 50 pounds later. Only been in there 3 days and been lost 50 pounds.
I don't know. Jail's starting to sound like my next diet plan, y'all. Um, just kidding. Okay, we got one last story.
All right.
Have you ever seen a Venus flytrap?
What a fly trap? Like to actually catch
The
actual flies?
Venus flytrap, the plant that eats the flies and the bugs.
No. That was on
Girl,
a movie
okay.
once, right?
So we're gonna let Sheena Google what a Venus flytrap looks like really quick. Go ahead and Google it, Sheena, so we can get her reaction.
A Venus flytrap. That sound like some made up shit.
It sounds like a really strange sex toy.
Oh yeah, that was in one of the movies from the 80s.
Okay, yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
they was eating people.
And have you so you've never seen a Venus flytrap in person?
No, I don't
My
do
mom
stuff
has a
like
really
that.
tiny one.
Oh wow, I was just about to say I. No, that would have been too mean.
What? Were you gonna
I'm
say what I
not.
think you were gonna say?
I was like, I'm not dumb enough to go look for them
At
in
least you didn't say
in
that's white
perfect.
people shit because that's what I expected you to say.
I'm not dumb enough to go out and looking for that
Listen, they're
shit
not
in
that
person.
huge. They don't eat people, Sheena.
Well, I'm not
They
gonna fuck
eat
around to find
flies.
out. I'm not gonna fuck around to find out.
Anyways, I wanted to explain to y'all because I didn't know this. My mom has a Venus flytrap, but apparently it is illegal in North Carolina to go on somebody's private property and take a Venus flytrap. And these MFers went and stole 600 of them to sell
Wait,
them
who
on the black market.
had? Wait a minute. First of all, is this a Venus flytrap production
It
place?
was
Because
it was a
who the fuck
conservation
has 600 just sitting
it wa-
around?
it
First of
was a
all,
it was conservation land to try to rebuff because Venus flytraps are actually like they're really hard to get. Because they, I don't want to say they're getting close to extinction, but if people don't start watching it, they will. And Venus flytraps are actually really good plants to have in your house because they do eat gnats and flies and stuff like that.
oh, I'm
Um,
about to order one off the black market. Did we figure out how to get there? Like, can we
Nobody
take the
has
car?
emailed us yet, and it's not blackmarket.com, y'all.
Is it the flea market? Like, where is this
It's
located? Is it on your mountain or another mountain? Because I need to
it
know.
it might be on my mountain.
Because, like, the black market, is it cheaper than the regular market? Because how
I
much
mean,
cheaper is it?
I don't know. I don't have access to the black market. Sheena, you're the one that should have access. You're light skinned.
So I should have access. Let me ask somebody. I might ask one of my peoples. I
Hey,
got
you know what? I
connections.
just remembered something.
I got connections. They might know. Connect me to
I
the black
have
market.
I have an ex that tried to convince me that black people had a newsletter that they got at the beginning of every month and only black people got the newsletter. And that I was not allowed to see the newsletter because I was black. Wasn't black. And because I was black. Because I wasn't black. And that's how black people knew what was going on with other black people. And he almost had me convinced because he knew things that were happening in other people's lives that I wasn't seeing anywhere. He was like, Amanda, it's been on the news. And I'm like, I haven't seen it. And I used to watch the news back then. And then finally he was like, I mean, it's in the newsletter I got. That's how I knew about it. And I'd be like, what newsletter? And he'd be like, black people get a newsletter from each other every beginning of every month.
What's it called? Blackpeople.com? What is it?
But he didn't tell me, but I was almost convinced. And I was just like, but sorry, that just reminded me of it just now. But
Oh gosh, that was
but no,
hilarious.
so yeah, Venus, I don't know why these people had 600 Venus flytraps. But it wasn't even all of their I was going to say all of their stock, like it's inventory. It wasn't even
Basically,
all of their plants. But these guys stole it, and when the police stopped them, they had over 570 in the car.
they
Um
only sold like 30 of them.
Well, and it was one of those things where, like, when the cops were like, "Where did you get these?" Because they knew that they were stolen, but the people didn't know they were already caught. So they were like, "Oh, we just bought them," and they were like, "You just bought 570 Venus flytraps?"
Like, how much would that cost? Like, how
And
much do they
apparently, they're
run?
being charged with poaching.
Oh,
Poaching is usually if you like kill a wild animal and try to like hang its head or something like that. But no, they're going to be charged with poaching. So I just want to give you warnings to you people out there that are stealing plants for the black market that it's a serious charge. It's a felony poaching charge if you steal Venus flytraps from a conservation land and sell them on the black
And
market.
just have a
Who goes on
better
the black market
story.
to buy something you can buy at Lowe's?
Right. And maybe somebody in a different country that don't have Lowe's.
Well, I mean, all this happened in North Carolina.
They should have had a better story, cause like who the fuck buys 600 at one time? Like that wasn't believable.
Listen, I kind of
So you needed
I kind
600
of would
for
buy
what?
I would buy 600.
You would? Are you
Listen, you
starting
know
a
how
business?
no, because you understand this because your ADHD works the same way. Like you wake up and you're like, oh, I want to get some beads and make bracelets. And then you buy bracelets and beads and colorful beads and letter beads and this and that. And then all of a sudden you spend $600 on beads and you're too tired to start making the bracelets. So
Girl,
then you
I
just
done spent.
have
I still got beads and stones and stuff and
that's what
bracelets.
I'm saying though. That's what I'm
They're my
saying. Like,
storage. Do you want them?
so not this week. Talk to me next week when I want to do a bracelet. Um But so you can't tell me like if you didn't see a gnat in your house and you got frustrated that you wouldn't be like, screw it, I'm gonna buy one of those Venus flytraps. And you get on there and you see a deal, 600 for $600. Oh man, that's a good deal. I could probably sell them for $2 each. I would
Um,
be the idiot to buy 600 Venus flytraps. I would be.
I might buy one or two, but I wouldn't buy 600. Now that I know what the fuck they eat, I might need one right now. Like, what website do I order them off of? But
Girl, take your butt
600?
to Home Depot or Lowe's and get one.
Like
Um
600? Or am I giving them out for Christmas presents or something? Like, why would I need 600? Still, who would
put
buy
little
six? Like, why would you
you
buy?
could put
Okay, so
little
you
Santa
brought
hats.
600. You brought 600. Like, tell me, what would you do with 600? Say you had the funds and you be
I
like,
would
oh, wow,
I
600
would
fly traps.
line
I will
my
order
front
them
yard with them.
600 in your front yard.
I would line my front yard with them like a fence.
So you just
Ain't
ordering
no
them off
bugs coming over
Sheen.
here.
You just order them off Sheen and you just gonna get them in the mail and you're gonna line your front yard with 600
Y'all,
fly
if
traps.
y'all buy a live plant off Shein, I'm gonna punch y'all in the throat anyways. Them people be mailing you your stuff with help written on the tags. Like they are dying in those little labor things over there, man. So do not buy your Venus flytrap. If you get one from overseas, that thing might come speaking a different language. You're not gonna know how to tell it to behave. Like,
No,
no.
Sheen got them for 88 cents. Okay, that's why
See?
you order them from Sheen. They got them for 88 cents. You gonna order
That's because
them?
they sent them guys in North Carolina to go steal them from that conservation land, and they trying to help them get rid of them. That's the Sheen is the black market.
Okay,
I don't care
right,
if nobody says Sheen and Temu. That's the black market, man.
right. Because like 88 cents the regular price, but you know they got a sale going on right now. You can get them for 53 cents.
See, that's because they have an abundance. Because then people just stole them all from North Carolina. Sheen bought the
Right.
30, and now
They
they
gonna
trying to
buy
get
the
rid
other
of them
five.
before they catch on.
They be like, we gonna need the other 570 because we got orders
Right? They
now.
waiting on the shipment.
Right. But the people were like, we got to split this with Toomey.
Temu.
Team U. You know, Team U and Sheen are cousins, right?
Sheena, I listen. All black people not related,
No, because
and
Team U
all
used to
companies
work for
not related.
Sheen. Yes, Team U used to work for Sheen. And then Sheen pissed off Team U because they was dating the same baby mama. And Team U said, F you, I'm going to start my own company and find me another baby
So
mama.
Temu
And
is a
then Team
disgruntled
U
employee.
and Team U went and he started his own company. That's why they got the same shit. And they competing with each other. That's why everything
So
got the
Temu was a
same.
disgruntled employee that left
Hmm.
Sheen.
Right. Because
Okay,
they were
okay, I can
cousins,
dig it.
and then cousins, they started the business together, and they were like, "Hey, cousin, let's go in this business together. We could sell everything for 25
I hope
cents."
y'all know Sheena is making up all these stories. That she don't have no verification of this information whatsoever.
It's believable, right?
It actually is.
You can imagine me as a child, like you wouldn't even tell if I was telling the truth. I used to love stories. I love story time. You know what? That's gonna be my new TikTok on my author page. So follow me on my author page because it's gonna be story time. 5 minutes or less. I'm gonna tell you a story, and you got to tell me if it's true or not. Because I'm not gonna tell you. Let me tell you this story. You be like, that
Listen,
shit ain't true.
that actually be cool. I jump on there and vote each time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm about to start it up. I got the idea laying in bed one night, and I was like, you know what'd be good? Telling me a motherfucking story on TikTok and making them bitches believe it.
Yeah, and your TikToks can go like 3 minutes long and stuff. So I mean,
Hmm.
that's yeah, definitely. That would actually be really cool. I would jump on there. I'll share it to the page and let everybody vote on it.
Yeah, I thought about the
Um,
idea. I'm trying to think about what it would be my first story. You know what I'm saying? Because I would be like
you should
coming
tell
out.
them the team you won.
Oh, that team you want? I thought it was gonna might be about some aliens, but that might not be believable.
Not yet. Give it a couple of months. I'm sure it will be.
You know.
Um,
Yeah, because like I told them they need to come back and get me because I didn't really get a good look the last time of the spaceship, and I
thank you, Sherry. Sorry,
left
I
my
just want to say
Venus flytrap on the spaceship, and I need it back.
Sherry said, I'm so glad I'm off on Saturdays and I get to start the day with you guys. You never know what
Oh,
you guys
thank
are going
you.
to say. And Sheena and all of her explicitness.
Yes, it's too early to be politically correct at eight
It's
o'clock in
never
the
too
morning.
early for me. I'm never explicit at all. Um,
You're
you know,
never, never say
ev-
never.
ever.
You're never explicit. So you
Nah.
never said an like, explicit word in your life.
I said I'm
So
not
here's
fucking
never.
explicit.
Okay, because do you know the meaning of never? Because never means you never fucking did it before. And I think you said an explicit word before.
I don't give a shit what you think.
Okay.
Um,
Well, fuck around and find out.
no, remember I taught you the professional way to say that.
No, that's how I get, color back in my face. Fuck around and find out. 'Cause I'm not gonna be pale no more.
Light skinned people, man, you can't deal with them. You can't deal without them.
Right? Because we rule the world.
I'm gonna stub her toe for her.
Girl, I already broke
Uh,
that bitch. What you know?
that's right.
I stomped
All
my
right.
toe and broke that shit, so it'll be all right.
So our wormhole this week that I want y'all to dig into
It's what?
is Slab Town. Do you know what that is,
What?
Sheena?
What's up? Never mind. It's all right. Lord, forgive me. I'm gonna have to repent after this. But when you said that, my first thought was, what kind of porno activity is this?
It is not porn. Slab Town is a place. It's the last lawless place left in the United States of
Oh,
America.
Slab Town is a place.
Yes.
Is it in the United States?
Yes. And it's the last lawless place. It's located in California in the desert.
Oh, Slab Town came up in Oregon. You said California. Slab Town, California. Oh, there is a such place as Slab Town, California. Oh, I want to go there. It sounds like they have a lot of
When I
porno
tell you it's
activity.
lawless, there's a lot of stuff that goes on there.
It looks like it's lawless. It looks like it's disease filled too.
It could be. There's no electricity, there's no water, but
Oh
it's free to
yeah,
live.
there's something definitely airborne over there.
But yeah, so that's your wormhole for the week, guys. And me
Don't want to
and
visit that. Don't want
me and Sheena are going to be back tonight at 8 o'clock with our virtual book reading with Yin Yang the
to go.
podcast.
Yes, yes.
So, if you
Get your
need anything
tetanus
between now and
shots.
then, let us know. If you have access to the black market, again, we'd really like the link.
Right. Send it
So
to our
that
email.
we need
And
Venus
if you
flytraps.
and if you go to Slab Town, make sure you're up to date on your tetanus shot. Just telling you. That's probably you probably I don't know, you could take a bus there, but you could probably take a bus near there and then walk the rest of the way. But you definitely gonna need your immunizations, your tetanus shots, your flu shot, your COVID shot, your citizen shot, your single shots. What else shots? You're gonna need all them shots. Just get all them shots. Then drink you some vitamin C. The emergency, get you about 8 bottles of the emergency because you need to drink that. It said once a day, but you need to drink that once an hour. Build your immune system up. But only be there, go to Slab Town for 30 minutes. Like, if you there more than 30 minutes, you're gonna be in the ICU like that little kid.
Y'all don't listen to Sheena. Go do your own research. Go look up Slab Town. I would definitely suggest getting some vaccines and some tetanus shots before you go, though. So she is kind of right about that. But go look it up. Let us know what you think. And if nothing else, we will see y'all tonight live at 8 o'clock for our virtual book reading. And
Live.
we're hoping to have some special guests on there. So we'll see. And Sheena's going to dance us out. So I guess I have to too while I try to
Yes.
find. Oh man, I'm moving the mouse around with my head just now, so I wasn't able to hit the leave button to end the podcast. So I gotta I gotta move my head, and there we go. Bye
All
y'all.
right. Bye.